The upcoming episode of Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch, titled Drain the Pond, promises to be an exciting installment for fans of the series. As the Olinger family continues their quest to uncover the secrets of the Aztec gold chamber, they face a significant challenge that could change the course of their adventure. This time, the focus shifts to a massive project, draining the pond. The episode reveals the ambitious plans the Olingers have for the pond, which is believed to hold clues to the treasures they seek. Viewers will see the family's determination as they tackle this daunting task. However, the journey takes an unexpected turn when Duane faces a health crisis. This development adds an element of tension and concern, as the team must navigate this challenge while staying focused on their goal. With Duane unable to lead, Chad steps up to take charge. His leadership will be put to the test as he manages the team and coordinates the draining of the pond. The episode will showcase the dynamics within the family as they work together under pressure. Fans can look forward to moments of teamwork, problem-solving, and the ever-present mystery surrounding the ranch. Drain the Pond promises to deliver a mix of adventure, family bonds, and the thrill of discovery. As the Olingers push forward in their quest, viewers will be left wondering what secrets the pond may hold and how the family will overcome the challenges ahead. This episode is sure to keep audiences on the edge of their seats. There are some places on Earth where the land just seems different, and Blind Frog Ranch in eastern Utah is one of those places. Locals say the land is cursed and holding on to treasures. Landowner Duane Olinger is determined to find what is hidden in the 7 underground caves on the 160-acre ranch. Duane has sunk everything he has into hunting for what he believes is a vast fortune of gold on his property. However, as he gets closer to finding the treasure, the land seems to hold on tighter, stopping him in Blind Frog Ranch. The New Mexico sun rose pale and watery over the Uinta Basin, but Blind Frog Ranch simmered with tension long before the light touched the twisted cottonwoods. Season 5 had already been the most explosive yet, between rogue geologists, night vision intrusions, and strange electromagnetic storms, but nothing had prepared Duane and Chad Olinger for what they unearthed in this episode. The pond had always been an enigma. Unlike other water sources on the ranch, it never dried up, never overflowed, and somehow stayed the same depth year-round, even in extreme drought. Locals whispered about bottomless caverns and ancient artifacts hidden beneath its still surface. Episode 14 finally put those whispers to the test. The plan was bold. Drain the pond. Chad had scrolled across the whiteboard in the control trailer weeks prior. It sounded simple. Just remove the water. But nothing at Blind Frog Ranch ever went according to plan. The episode began with dawn preparations. 2 high-powered diesel pumps stood sentry by the shore, churning thick, gray smoke into the air. Hoses as wide as a man's thigh slithered from the water's edge into a series of custom-built holding tanks stationed along the dirt road. Every drop of water was to be filtered, documented, and tested. By mid-morning, the pumps were active, and a low growl echoed through the valley. The pond's surface dimpled and swelled. Dragonflies scattered. The team, Duane, Chad, Jamie, the metal detection expert, and newcomer Dr. Elena Mendez, a hydrologist from the University of Utah, stood watchful as the water level began its slow retreat. The first surprise came only 5 hours in. As the shoreline receded, an object jutted from the muddy bottom, long, metallic, ribbed like an aircraft fuselage. Jamie was the first to reach it, sloshing through muck and pulling free layers of silt. It wasn't an aircraft. It was older, stranger. A series of concentric rings made of what looked like copper and obsidian. Duane examined it closely. The pattern was familiar. A spiral. The same spiral design found etched on stone tablets recovered in Season 3 from the underground chamber known as the Vault. That night, infrared trail cams captured motion near the pond, too fast and erratic to be an animal. The footage showed only a blur and a shadow, but the security team found fresh footprints leading from the fence line to the pump generators. Someone had tried to sabotage the equipment. A bolt was removed, a hose slit. Nothing critical, but deliberate. The ranch wasn't just revealing secrets, it was attracting attention. Day 2 of the draining brought more anomalies. As the water dropped below the 6-foot mark, Dr. Mendez's readings became erratic. Her handheld scanners spiked in the presence of something metallic, but when she zeroed in on the source, it vanished. The mud seemed to hide and re-hide artifacts, shifting them like pieces on a board. By dusk, the team uncovered what appeared to be a sealed stone hatch, roughly 5 feet in diameter, embedded in the pond's deepest point. Lichen-covered, it was ringed by what looked like an archaic script, part petroglyph, part unknown glyphic language. It matched none of the native Ute, Navajo, or Spanish markings catalogued in the region. Elena theorized it might predate them all. Satellite images revealed something even stranger. As the pond drained, the shape of the remaining water took on a geometric form, not random, but hexagonal. Nature didn't do symmetry like that, at least not in freshwater ponds. Chad overlaid the drained perimeter with the underground map from Season 4's LIDAR scans, a near-perfect match. The pond wasn't a natural feature, it was a man-made capstone to something buried. At night, with the moon rising and the pumps humming in the background, the episode shifted to the control trailer. Data from Elena's soil analysis had just finished processing. The sediment beneath the pond wasn't typical clay or loam. It was packed with rare earth minerals, including anomalously high levels of thorium and europium. These elements were associated with high-energy geological anomalies, and sometimes, as fringe theorists claimed, ancient power sources. Theories mounted. Jamie suggested the hatch was a conduit, part of an energy grid buried beneath the ranch. Duane remained skeptical but focused. The next step was clear. They had to open the hatch. But fate had other plans. At 3:13 a.m., a seismic tremor rocked the ranch. Subtle, barely enough to be picked up on local instruments, but strong enough to knock over the motion sensors around the pond. A pressure wave, the kind associated with underground movement, rippled through the area. Elena's instruments logged a magnetic surge in the hatch's vicinity. Something was responding to their efforts. When morning came, the pond was nearly dry, just puddles and sludge remained. But the hatch was gone. Not broken, not stolen. A crater of blackened mud marked where it had been. A faint humming vibration, almost inaudible, lingered in the air. The team, shaken but driven, began a methodical excavation of the depression. What they found stopped everyone cold. At roughly 2 feet down, embedded in the compacted sediment, was a circular groove. It measured the same diameter as the hatch, but it wasn't just a mark, it was a track. Something had rotated, disengaged, and descended. The hatch hadn't been removed from above, it had opened from within. Below the groove, barely visible, was a staircase with mud, choked by roots. The narrow stone steps spiraled down into the earth. It wasn't modern construction. There were no tool marks, no supports, no concrete. Just stone, fused together like ancient masonry. The same black obsidian material found in the spiral object. The team prepared to descend, but Elena called a halt. Her instruments were going haywire. Pressure sensors indicated a sudden drop in air density just 5 feet below the first step, as if a vacuum chamber waited beneath. Duane hesitated. So did Chad. Not out of fear, but because for the first time in 5 seasons, the ranch had offered something undeniably intelligent in design. Whatever lay below wasn't just history. It was active. The episode closed with drone footage rising above the drained pond, revealing the perfect hexagon carved into the land, with the spiral staircase at its center. Jamie's voiceover, recorded post-episode, mentioned the ranch's long-rumored connection to the energy map discovered in Season 2's Peruvian dig site, a network of ley line-powered nodes said to mark the resting places of ancient knowledge. As the camera zoomed out, a second strange detail emerged. A few hundred feet away, near the tree line, the shape of another pond, this one dry for decades, matched the same hexagonal geometry, and it was glowing faintly in infrared. What we know, so far, the pond appears to be a designed structure, not natural. A metallic spiral artifact was recovered, matching previous finds in the vault. A stone hatch with unknown glyphs was found and then disappeared. An ancient staircase has been uncovered beneath the pond. Rare earth elements in the pond sediment point to potential high-energy activity. Sabotage attempts continue, indicating outside interference. Speculation Corner, fan theories. Underground reactor theory. Some fans believe the pond capped a form of ancient energy generator, activated by removing the water. Portal hypothesis. The staircase may lead to a chamber connected to non-local phenomena, possibly even time anomalies seen earlier in the season. Treasure diversion tactic. Draining the pond may have triggered a system designed to hide or protect something, a defense system or vault mechanism. Next time on Blind Frog Ranch, preview, the stairwell, the team prepares to descend into the earth for the first time since Season 3. But what lies beneath may not be in it. Seismic activity increases. A mysterious light is seen at the base of the stairs, and Chad disappears for nearly 30 minutes, though he insists he was never gone. Final word: drain the pond. Doesn't just progress the central mystery, it redefines it. The ranch isn't just a place of buried secrets. It may be an active system, waiting for the right sequence to awaken it. As Blind Frog Ranch moves toward its season final, one thing is clear: the pond was never just a pond. The morning sky over Blind Frog Ranch hung heavy with a layer of iron-gray clouds, the kind that warned of more than just weather. The air carried an unnatural stillness, as if the land itself was holding its breath. The team had gathered near the southern edge of the property where the infamous pond sat, the same one that had stubbornly defied every attempt at analysis for years. It wasn't large by surface area, but its presence dominated the ranch. It never dried. It never froze. It didn't host fish or insects. It wasn't listed on geological surveys from 50 years ago. Some suspected it wasn't there until much more recently, as if the land had swallowed something whole and the pond was its snow. With pressure mounting and leads converging, the decision had been made. It was time to drain it. Twin industrial pumps roared to life shortly after sunrise, their growl reverberating through the still summer air. Thick hoses, coiled like serpents along the bank, plunged into the water and began their work. As gallons of murky water were drawn away, a dense chemical scent rose from the exposed pond bed. Part sulfur, part something electrical. The team watched, uneasy. No one knew what they would uncover, but all felt the gravity of the moment. Something was buried beneath that water. Something old.